Well, according to market researcher NPD Group, sales of women's plus-size clothing surpassed $20 billion in 2016. Recently, I spoke with Erin Cavanaugh, co-founder of C Rose Go, about how she launched her business and aims to serve a need that has long been ignored.
Women were saying that, yes, it's all about fit, but if I don't like the way it looks, or if I don't feel great, you know, it has to pertain to your sensibility. And that's what we really found was missing in this market, was the woman who couldn't find her sense of style. Like, maybe you don't want to wear a polo shirt, but that's all that's in your size, and that's not right. And that's where my partner Yi and I thought that, you know, it's a challenge enough. All of us go through day to day what we're trying to accomplish throughout the day. If you can't find your sensibility to get dressed in the morning and get out and do what you want to do, then that was a problem that we felt we could take on.
So tell me a little bit about your background, because you don't just jump into a clothing line.
Well, so I've always been interested in fashion. I mean, even since, you know, I was little, I've always wanted to have my own business. So after years working in buying and merchandising, that's kind of how I made the leap into starting this business, because it was something I always wanted to do. We had the idea from a friend of ours who happened to wear a plus size, and we had a really great conversation with her, and the conversation turned to fashion and shopping.
There are other plus size clothing lines out there, but you wanted to create something different. You actually sort of developed a questionnaire to get down to exactly what your customer would want. Can you tell me about that?
As soon as we had the idea for C Rose Go, and we knew that there was an underserved community that needed a solution, right away we got into the market, shopped the market, kind of understood the product that was in the market, but then more importantly, connecting with the women who would be our consumers.
And what were the highlights? What did you get out of that?
Oh my gosh, hundreds of insights, hundreds. I had so many conversations, whether they were phone calls or Skypes or sit downs with women that we were meeting. From there, we would go through and kind of just pull out highlights or key phrases or things that really kind of struck us as interesting, put them on Post-its and just papered our studios. A lot of women talked about durability of fabric. The way something wears, how many times they have to wash it and they got to buy another one.
So when you officially launched your business, you know, you're not doing it on the side anymore. This is the real deal. Do you remember that moment?
It was a really kind of like prove it to myself kind of moment. That launch moment of the website, I just remember thinking of my daughter, and I'm here, I built this, and she's a part of it, and she can see it and witness it.
Speaking of your daughter, you have 3 children.
3, yeah.
Tell me about the work-life balance, how you juggle it all.
Yeah, well, when you figure that out, you let me know. It's been a day-to-day situation. You know, I think for me, that's my journey that I'm still figuring out. And what I'm learning is that one day it's about the business, and then the next day I make time for the family, and I can't beat myself up about having to give, you know, ebb and flow the time to one or the other.